One thing I've been looking to do over the next couple of days is we're going through all of the archetypes that are up for voting, and we're looking more at the possibility of the cards actually coming into the game and the power structuring, the powerhouses, the real things behind some of these archetypes. So today we're going to be going through Alice, Sid, and some of the other archetypes that are here. So you guys might remember Alice. She only showed up in one episode, really, and she dueled against Jade and Yuki. She's evidently from GX, which I'm kind of just like, So her specialty was the doll deck. Now, immediately I look at this doll deck, and I've automatically got skepticism about this deck, because these things, these are normal monsters. All right, and I'm not trying to go through an entire based archetype where we're gonna have to sit through normal monsters. So, doll part blue. She played 3 of. Okay, so let's go back down here and look at her deck list. So we played all of these vanilla monsters, by the way. So, doll part blue, doll part gold, which are the hands. By the way, 0/0. The head also has 0, and then we have the body, which is pink. It also has 0/0 here. And then the feet are 0/0. That's 12 vanilla monsters for this archetype, which is a little bit of a yikes for me for the doll part deck. Now, that's fine. That's all okay for dolls, but what do we have to have some sort of redeeming qualities here. So Alice the Wandering Doll. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. When it's selected for an attack target, ping your opponent for 500, and then give control of this card to your opponent. Well, I'm automatically on, like, yikes status 9,000 for this, because it has to go to the opponent. Like, and then we have the Doll Chimera. So, you have to... cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can be special summoned except by its own effect of Marionette or Burial. This card gains 400 attack for each doll part monster in your graveyard. This card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. You send 2 doll part monsters from your deck to the graveyard to special summon it. So at least if we are able to achieve this, like this is our boss monster win con here, it gets big for the most part. So okay, good news for that. At least that one's okay. And then we got Ishilla, the lovely brisk doll. Gains 1,000 attack for every 4 doll parts in your graveyard with different names. That's terrible. And it's level 2. Yikes. Man, the doll part deck could have been so much better. So, Cursed Dollhouse. When your opponent takes control of Alice the Wandering Doll, you can special summon 1 doll part monster from your deck. Well, once again, we're on this bad roll with this deck. Doll Hammer. Select 1 monster you control, destroy it, and then draw 2 cards. Change the battle position of 1 monster your opponent controls. Well, that's actually really good. Like, literally just destroy 1, draw 2. It'll probably be destroy a doll that you control, draw 2 when it comes to the TCG. But, I mean, okay, that's alright for support. Door to Mirrorland. Activate if only Alice the Wandering Doll is in your graveyard. Special summon 1 Ishilla, the lovely brisk doll, from her hand or deck. So it does allow us to get to the one that has the power gain. And then Marionette Burial. Activate only if you control an Alice the Wandering Doll. Send 1 face-up doll part blue, 1 doll part red, 1 doll part gold, and 1 doll part pink you control to the graveyard, special summon 1 doll Chimera from your deck. We are never achieving this, by the way. And they're gonna have to redo this whole card to make this relevant, because all of those vanilla monsters that we are having to play, no from me. Necroll Dollmeister, activate only when a doll part monster you control is destroyed by battle. Special summon 2 doll part monsters from your deck in face-up attack position. This is so neg for all of these vanillas that we have to play. And then Release Curse. Activate only if Alice the Wandering Doll is destroyed. Destroy all cards on the field, inflict 3 damage to their owner for each card destroyed. Well, this is pretty good. So that's it. That's the doll archetype. It's literally everything that we have right now. And like I said, I think we need way more than we actually have at the moment for this deck to even get anywhere near, feasible. Now, next up we have Sid. Now, my boy Sid doesn't have a lot going for him here. He kind of was just in one episode. simply known as Sid in the Japanese version, is the leader of the gang of dual runner thieves. Alright, so our guy here plays the assault cards. So assault wheel, during a battle between the attacking card, or this attacking card, and defense position monster whose defense is less than this card's attack, you trample. If this card attacks, at the end of the battle phase, its attack becomes 0 to your next standby phase. Good news, it's 2300 level 4, which is actually pretty cool. I like that. It's also a machine, so you can limit removal it up. We also have the cannon wheel. This card is used for synchro summon and inflict 500 damage to your opponent, by the way, level 2. This thing's a pretty big disappointment, actually. And then his big boss monster is Combat Wheel. Okay? So, 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner. During your opponent's battle phase, you can activate this card's effect by discarding 1 card. Until the end phase, this card gains attack equal to half the total attack of all face-up monsters you control. If you activate this effect, destroy all monsters you control when this card is destroyed. And your opponent cannot select other monster control's attack targets. You just get a super fatty on the field, essentially, for the most part, which is pretty cool. He also played Plunder Decoy. Activate only when a monster you control's attack. Take control of a level 4 lower monster your opponent controls, except the attacking monster. That's it. That's all we got for Sid here. Now we've got Fortuna. Now, a lot of people were actually mentioning in the comments of the last video, they're like, we don't know anything about the Shaman deck, Robbie. Like, so keep in mind, he played Big Eye and Shockman. So, like, this guy was lit in the show. Alright. So, his deck is the Shaman archetype. So, when an opponent's spell card is activated, special summon 1 Shaman monster from your hand. Alright, so, free spell card, beam out another guy. Shaman Orange. Opponent normal special summons effect monster. Special summon 1 Shaman from your hand. Alright, well, that's pretty good. Rainbow Shaman. If your opponent controls a face-up Xyz monster, you control the monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Oh, hey, extenders. Then we have the Red Shaman. Opponent trap card, you can special summon 1 Shaman from your hand. Why do they have to be from the hand? Why can't they be from the deck? Shaman Call. If you control 2 or more face-up spellcaster monster with 0 attack, special summon 1 level 4 lower Shaman from your deck. That's pretty okay. Twilight Dance. Monsters cannot be special summoned from either graveyard. We just need this card as a generic staple. This guy got to play that. Like, by the way, continuous. So good. We also got Xyz Plant from him. Activate this card by targeting 1 face-up monster you control. Special summon this card is an effect monster. Plant, type Earth, attack 0, defense 0. And when this card is a monster, it has the same level as the target, also cannot be used for anything except an Xyz summon for an Xyz monster. So, just a quick little Xyz option. Dance of the Guardian. Your opponent's monster declares an attack. Choose 1 random card from your opponent's hand. And if that card's a monster card, negate the attack and send that card to the graveyard. And then draw 1 card. Well, it's actually pretty good for a Shaman deck. And we got Freezing Dance. Another player can normal summon or special summon monsters from the hand. Destroy this card during your opponent's second end phase after activation. Man, the Shaman guy got some broken stuff here. But I don't really think any of these archetypes really are standing up really too much to the test of time here, especially if we make more for them, you know what I mean? Alright, so the last thing we're going to be covering on this video is the Familiar of Red, aka the Georgia Devil himself. This is just interesting. So this guy is famous for his Yomi Abyss deck. So we got Abyss Boat Watchman. Okay. So the card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. Inflict 800 damage to your opponent. If you controlled this card when it was destroyed and sent to the graveyard, then while this card is in your graveyard, when your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send 1 Abyss monster in your... Yes, you can select 1 Abyss monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. So, floater? Okay. We got Abyss Guardian. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. And if this card was destroyed during the battle phase, you get to end that battle phase. This card's actually pretty cool. I like cards that outright just deny your opponent a further battle phase. I think they're pretty okay. Abyss Kid. Oh, when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. If you controlled this card when it was destroyed and sent to the graveyard, then while it is in your graveyard, destroy all monsters you control. Well, that's kind of neg, actually. I guess it has synergy with the rest of the deck. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card cannot be special summoned except by removing from play 3 Abyss monsters from your graveyard. Once per turn, you can destroy 1 face-up card your opponent controls and inflict 600 damage to your opponent. That's a 3800 beat stick. I see there. Alright, well, okay. Bewitching Butterfly. If your opponent controls monsters, you can control no monsters. You can also summon this card from your hand. If your opponent controls a monster that has an higher attack than this card, destroy this card. Well, that's bad. Alright. I guess we're never playing that card. Magic Law. You can send 3 monster cards with different names from your hand to the graveyard, and your opponent can activate spell cards until your next end phase. Well, that's pretty good. I like that. Spirit Wave Bearer. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, negate the attack and destroy the monster. Destroy this card during your 3rd end phase after activation. These are some power cards that we need in the game. Puppet Magic of the Dark Ruler. Select 1 fiend monster from your graveyard. Remove from play monsters on your side of the field whose total level equal the level of the selected fiend type monster, and then special summon the selected monster from your graveyard. Does it bypass summoning conditions? Important things we need to know for 500. In the Guidance of the Abyss, activate only if there are exactly 2 Abyss monsters in your graveyard. Special summon 1 Abyss monster from your deck. We need to make this not exactly 2, and I think we can get somewhere. So, outside of everything we covered in this video, I gotta give it to Dolls, man. Like, I think they could be okay. The Shaman deck needs a whole rework, and so does Sid's Wheel deck, but it's interesting. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and well, we're out, guys. The ride never truly ends. Thank you, patrons, for helping support the channel. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. And for those of you that like Cardfight Vanguard, FanCool40 is here for all your content needs. And those of you asking if I sell cards, mcoolgames.com for all your trading card game needs. Check the description for more interesting info. Thanks for watching, guys.